everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode. Today's April 30th, 2018. I'm your host, James. Alongside me, as always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
We welcome you to join us on this epic journey as we all become Legend of the Nerds. Andy, afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's been like, what, 3 weeks?
It's been about 3 weeks. But...
You know what that means?
Oh, I know what it means.
We're in a new studio.
I know, I'm loving it.
And this place is amazing, right?
Best thing, we don't have to park at the school anymore. Wait for the buses, all that stuff. So...
But I heard that there is a old people school next door.
Yeah, there's old folks home.
And you're going to have the city buses lining up here.
Oh, yeah.
But that's adorable. That's what I heard, at least. How's your week? Weeks.
Oh, God. Do we have that much time?
Right?
Good news. Bought myself a $5 scratch-off ticket, $100.
Nice.
So... Then I went out and spent 15 more and lost on all of them. But,
oh, no.
We had the crappy Maple Festival this past weekend.
Did you go?
I hate that thing. Let me tell you.
But it's like right next door to you.
And I still hate it.
And you still hate it.
I have a name for it, but I can't use it on TV. So, yeah. It was Sunday, the day of the parade, and I'm home sleeping. And they decide to bring some of the floats after the parade was done down my street.
Down Federal Street?
Yeah, and they decided to crank the music up. All of a sudden, I literally jumped out of bed. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like...
Oh, here you, yeah. You just get done work.
Exactly.
You're sleeping, and then marching band down the street.
I'm probably 4 hours into sleep, and I'm just that old man going, get off my lawn. But battling the flu the last week, so it's been...
I think everyone's battling that thing right now.
I don't get why. I just don't understand. Never sick during the winter. Mm-hmm. It's always when it starts to become nice, which, I mean, really, we can't even say it's been nice right now. It's like flood season out there.
It's pretty bad.
I was saying at home, are we going to have to build an ark? I mean, that's all it's been doing. And you can't believe anything the weather people say. Like, I watched the weather last night, and they're like, oh, yeah, you'll have all this rain, but it's in the mountain area away from the Champlain Valley. Didn't you when we came in, what was it doing outside?
Oh, it was raining pretty
Raining
bad.
cats and dogs?
Of course.
And then I'm even watching the radar, and it's showing it. I'm like, yep, so much for that. Good job, weather team.
But you know what? At least it's not snowing.
Yeah, at least it's not snowing, but I still hate rain.
Until next week when it's...
Oh, my God. It did snow last night in some parts of New York.
It's actually snowing in Jericho a little bit.
Yeah, I got stuck behind some vehicles that had snow on them coming home on the interstate. I'm like, geez.
Wow.
Are we going to ever finish this? I should ask you, though. You had a week of the kids, too, for spring break.
It went well.
Yeah?
It was funny. We thought today was the last day of their vacation.
So they were late?
So they kept them home. We get a phone call at like 10:30 with the kids. Enjoying the last day of vacation? No. They had school today. So we just kept them home. It doesn't matter.
I'm surprised you're so calm because you used to always say school has too much for vacation.
Yeah, but I mean, complaining gets you nothing, right?
Yeah, because what? It's probably a month and a half, and then the whole summer vacation starts.
Yeah, something like that. May, June, about maybe another 5 weeks until summer vacation starts.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I'm at work.
It's all Amber's problem.
We have a big show, Andy. We have a lot to talk about today. We could sit here and talk about this news to you all day long, but let's get the show going. What do you want to start off with?
Well, this show is being honored today. Let's start off with that.
Sounds good.
Our bread and butter is wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And the wrestling world lost an amazing talent, a WWE Hall of Famer in Bruno Sammartino. Lived a long life. I mean, 1935 to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So rest in peace. He's wrestling up there. But with death...
But not with Sergeant Slaughter yet.
Yeah, not with Sergeant Slaughter. With death comes life.
Yep.
Where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson celebrated the birth of his third child, his third daughter.
The worst picture ever, by the way.
Oh, are you talking about where he's in bed with her?
Yes. But it looks like he's the one that gave birth.
That is like the new... That for some reason, that's like the newest thing. I've been seeing a lot of people when they... when their wives give birth.
They kick him right out of bed. And,
exactly. The father's in bed, like half naked. With the
wow. That is...
My cousin's husband has done that with all 3 pictures of their kids. I'm just like, okay. So
I didn't get a picture at all with the kids.
You're just like, can we put them back in?
This one's not done yet. It needs to bake longer.
So, yes, with death, unfortunately, we have to celebrate the life of Bruno Sammartino, but it also brings life.
Yes.
And Rock's probably thinking, when am I getting a son?
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what they say? It takes a man to make a man. Rock needs to think about what he's doing.
Okay. One day he's going to bust open that door and lay the smack down on you for that.
Bring it.
All right, with that.
Do you want to jump into wrestling news? A lot of that.
Might as well. I mean, we're staying on that
Let's do that.
on that road.
You bring us up to the Great Royal Rumble, and I'll take over after that.
So you want to do
Yeah, do WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
And then do your shake-up, and then I'll kick off the Great
WrestleMania?
Rumble.
We talked about it 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
For a prequel for it. We'll quickly go through the matches because we have so much to talk about. Pre-show, we had the Cruiserweight Championship, vacant title. We had Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander. I know you haven't watched this match yet, but it was amazing.
I want to say I did see that match.
Yeah. I mean, Cedric Alexander won, became the new Cruiserweight champion. We all, I think, knew that was going to happen because he was supposed to face Enzo back when Enzo was still with the company. But what a match, though. You praised 205 Live with all the Cruiserweights, and
She was really good.
yeah, being on the big stage, the Cruiserweights showed their talent. You next had the two Battle Royals, which I was very surprised that they had both Battle Royals during the pre-show.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah. You had the Men's Battle Royal with Matt Hardy winning it. Did not see that coming. Matt Hardy winning.
Any special faces show up in that match?
Not really.
Not really?
It was just a bunch of the people who didn't have matches.
Oh, okay.
He wins it only because Bray Wyatt returns and helps him, and now they're a tag team together. The Women's Battle Royal, the first Women's Battle Royal, the trophy looks so crappy because they originally named it the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal, but then because of outside things with that, they had to rename it.
Right.
They had to rebrand the trophy. It's this crappy little trophy with streamers on it.
Oh.
It looks really, but they had to do it in like within a week.
They had to do something.
You would think after having a great Royal Rumble for the women, the Battle Royal would be just as well. It was crap because they literally threw in maybe a couple main roster women and then a bunch of NXT women that no one cared about in NXT. It wasn't even the important NXT women.
Right.
And Naomi ends up winning that. She gets thrown under the ropes. So she's out of the match the entire time, basically. Comes in and finishes it off.
Ugh.
I mean, it was horrible.
Do you remember the Final Four were?
No. It was because they were...
Do you remember if Alicia Fox was in it at all?
I don't think so.
Like
I said,
even with the company
majority
anymore?
of it was all NXT women, and then after the match, they're all in the back bragging about how well they did. I'm like, you guys didn't do anything. They weren't even using wrestling moves. They were going back to the old days where let's pull your hair and bang your head on the ground. Oh my god,
that's so dumb.
It was horrible. We had Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Seth wins. Saw it coming.
Yeah.
Miz wasn't going to retain the title.
Well, I mean, I saw it coming.
A lot of us did.
You saw Finn Balor come.
Yeah. We won't go. The big match for me was Charlotte versus Asuka. Charlotte wins, defeating Asuka's 245 undefeated streak.
I remember this.
Yeah.
I called most of these matches.
Yeah, we won't go with my win-loss record in WrestleMania here. But it was actually a decent match, and I kind of didn't see that coming. I really thought they were going to keep Asuka's undefeated streak going. But give props to the women for performing
Here's what I didn't
very
see coming. Me actually enjoying a Charlotte Flair match, but also me thinking that was one of the best matches of the night.
Oh, it was. Well, look at you have Asuka, amazing talent. Charlotte, who's you even have mentioned.
Yeah.
Charlotte is an amazing talent.
Yeah, she's getting better and better.
For a female that's like almost like she's 6 feet tall, something like that, goes to the top rope and does a moonsault, not off the top rope into the ring, but out of the ring and lands it. Pretty good. Her father can't do that.
No.
He always gets thrown off the top rope. We had Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Rusev for the U.S. title. I don't think anyone saw this coming. Jinder Mahal winning the U.S. championship. I mean, seriously, why are we still pushing this guy?
We are going to talk about that during the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Okay. But, yeah, we won't go there. You had Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey defeating Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Yeah.
Don't care. Move on.
Yeah. The only good thing out of this was Kurt and Triple H when they were in the ring together.
Maybe.
Ronda, I can't see it. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Usos and New Day to become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I think you're very excited about this.
I'm kind of happy about it.
You are on the Bludgeon Brother bandwagon.
I kind of am right now.
You weren't when it was the Wyatt family.
No.
So what's so different about the Bludgeon Brothers?
The revamp of characters, I think, is what really needed.
With the foam hammers?
Yeah, the foam hammer.
Acting like it weighs 100 pounds?
But it's something different. The Wyatt family never really worked for me anyway.
But they're kind of the same thing, though. They're wearing the same masks and everything. It's just a different clothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's different clothing, different attitude now. I mean, you see Eric doing more than what he used to do back in the Wyatt, you know?
You know, I was watching this, I think a SmackDown episode, and, oh no, it was during the Greatest Royal Rumble. Eric Rowan, though, to me, still can't figure out what to do. When they're walking down the entrance ramp, if you watch, he keeps turning his head and looking at Harper to say, okay, what am I supposed to do next?
Yeah.
He can't choreograph himself getting down to the ring. It's like,
yeah.
When do I put my hammer down? When do I take my mask off? He's horrible.
He is.
So
I guess because they remind me a lot of the Brothers of Struggle. You know, so I like seeing two big guys really take over.
We had John Cena as a fan at WrestleMania until refs told him that someone's in the back.
It was a good gimmick.
Yeah, I loved him celebrating with the fans and all that too.
But you knew something was happening because Cena had a beer
that he never drank
in the corner with no one around. So you knew something was going to happen.
Yeah. He runs into the back. Come to find out, it's Elias, and Cena just destroys Elias. Taker comes out, and the match literally Taker's entrance lasted longer than the match.
But Taker's match lasted longer than Brock Lesnar's matches.
Yeah, but to me, why John Cena signs up for these matches where it makes him look horrible? And Taker, whoop-de-doo, you didn't show me anything. You come down, oop, tombstone, done.
Taker needs to be done. And we're going to talk more about Taker during the Greatest Royal Rumble as well.
So, unfortunately, Cena lost to Taker at WrestleMania. You had to return Daniel Bryan, teaming with Shane McMahon to defeat Team Cammy.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw this coming because Shane doesn't win at WrestleManias.
No, he doesn't.
But you were right. Daniel Bryan got the win, though.
Yeah.
And that's how it was going to be. We have a new women's champion on Raw. Nia Jax defeated Alexa Bliss. I don't know how I feel about this because I'm not on the Nia Jax bandwagon. But I will say she showed a little bit more at WrestleMania and on the following Raws.
Yeah.
She's showing a little bit more talent.
I don't think you're on the bandwagon yet, but I think you might be. If WWE is doing, I think, with her,
she's showing a little bit more confidence.
I think you're going to be surprised with
this. You had AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the match everybody's been looking forward to, and it was a crapshoot.
Oh, this match was terrible.
Yeah. You would think two guys that have the amount of experience and talent, they were able to pull something magical off, and nothing.
It's not like it's their first match facing off against each other.
Yeah, they face
off in Japan all the time, and this is the match we get.
Yeah. The only thing that came out of this was the Shinsuke heel turn, doing the low blow to AJ. You had another crappy match in the vacant Raw Tag Team Championships where Braun Strowman's tag team partner was a random 10-year-old kid from the audience. This match lasted like 4 minutes.
Well, this wasn't a vacant match. I mean, the Bar is the champion.
Oh, yeah, the Bar were the champion. Yeah, I'm thinking the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
What's the whole point in this? Because then the next night they relinquish the titles. It's just
it's to make it a vacant belt.
It was stupid. It was the dumbest thing.
Do you know why they did this?
This kid nearly peed himself standing on the.
Do you know why they did this?
No.
Let me tell you why they did this. Do you know who this Nicholas kid was?
No.
He's the son of a referee.
Okay.
And a couple months ago, the referee took a bump in the ring with the Bar, and he got injured for it.
Okay.
So the Bar paid him back by letting Braun Strowman pick out his son from the audience to give for kind of a payback. Like,
can the kid not seem like he's going to pee himself?
Well, the kid probably didn't know what's happening.
Still.
It was probably a surprise.
I'm just like, what the heck? And then he's in the backstage like, I'm the best. Yeah. I mean,
on Monday night?
He's 10 years old. I mean, granted, he's 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, but the last crappy match, if was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Oh, let's skip it.
Brock wins the title again, busts open Roman, makes Roman look like a child, basically, in this match.
Yep.
After we come to find out on Raw, we find out that Vince McMahon goes ahead and gives Brock Lesnar a new contract. So Brock is going to be with WWE for quite a while. When everyone thought he was going back to UFC, nope, he signs a new contract with WWE.
But we don't know anything about the contract.
Yeah,
Who
but
knows
it's a
what
new
it's gonna be?
contract, meaning that means we got to see his
It
ugly
could be
mug
another
for
month
how much
contract.
longer.
It could be a 2-month contract.
I don't know.
We don't
But
know.
why?
But let's go with the shakeup.
So just quickly, WrestleMania to me, B-.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was not a good.
It wasn't
WrestleMania.
that good.
Superstar shakeup.
Yep.
We have. I'm going to quickly say who Raw got and SmackDown got, and we'll
Absolutely.
see who. I want to get your thoughts on which show did better.
Okay.
Raw gets Jinder Mahal. Whoop-de-doo. The Riot Squad. Whoop-de-doo. Team Cammy. Okay, saw that coming.
Right.
Zack Ryder, Breezango, Natalya, Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre returning from injury. Baron Corbin, The Ascension, Chad Gable, Bobby Roode, Mike Kanellis. You there? The return of Bobby Lashley, Ember Moon getting promoted. That's the big one for me. No Way Jose, and the Authors of Pain from NXT.
Yeah, I mean, Raw, it should be interesting. They add some good guys, get rid of some guys.
My favorite is Bobby Lashley returning.
Yeah? It's not No Way Jose?
No Way Jose.
Who's going to last maybe another month? Maybe?
The other one I'm very excited for is Bobby Roode, because now we have the chance to see Bobby Roode versus Triple H somehow.
Somehow, exactly.
That's what I want to see. We've all been wanting to see.
I'm sure we're
it.
going to build up to that.
And Ember Moon. I'm so excited for her being promoted to the main
And I'm glad you
roster.
said that, because you know why? On Entire Night, when her music hit, I became a schoolboy there. I was so excited to see her
You're all
come out.
giddy?
Man, because she's so talented.
She is. She is
and
amazing.
She's talented. She's got a fantastic wrestling look.
The
Great gimmick.
everything.
It was perfect.
Yep. SmackDown gets The Miz. Whoop-de-doo.
Come on, it's a Miz.
Jeff Hardy. Absolution, which is Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Samoa Joe. Sanity from NXT, Eric Young's faction, so they're getting promoted.
Yeah.
I bet you're excited for that.
Oh, I am.
Big Cass returns. Asuka, who goes from SmackDown now. The Club.
Yep.
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Cesaro and Sheamus. R-Truth. Former NXT champion Andrea Sienna Almas. The iconic duo, whoop-de-doo, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, two of the worst NXT women wrestlers I've ever seen.
They're terrible in the ring.
Yep.
I cannot stand them on the mic.
And Paige, who goes over to become the new SmackDown general manager. Also that night in SmackDown, we had, because of the iconic duo, going ahead and pulling Charlotte's hair and banging her face on the ring, Carmella cashes in Money in the Bank.
Yep.
And becomes the new champion. I nearly threw up in my mouth.
But we knew that was going to happen.
Yes,
We
but
knew
you get
it.
the iconic duo who comes out, does nothing, takes credit for we did such an amazing thing,
course.
which they can't do anything, they can't wrestle. And then Carmella, who's just as bad, comes in and cashes in. I'm so hoping at Backlash, Charlotte gets her title back. Granted, what irritates me is that'll make her like a 6 or 7 time women's champion, which is only like a couple away from Trish,
Yeah.
the all-time greatest. But I don't want to see Carmella as champion, though. That's the thing.
No.
She's just as bad. So, who got the better of the superstar shakeup?
It's a tough call because in my head, I've always storylines from both brands going in there, but I think SmackDown won it.
See, I originally thought that, and then when I started seeing the names, I thought Raw, because SmackDown got more, maybe better talent going to SmackDown from Raw, but Raw got a lot of people returning in Bobby Lashley, and then the call-ups from NXT with Ember Moon and the Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you think about it, though, I mean, with the storylines that you can do, you already have some great storylines already being built in SmackDown with The Miz and Daniel Bryan. That's going to last a while.
Yeah.
And it should be really good.
Well, after the whole Big Cass thing with Daniel.
Yeah. But now you have, like, The Miz. Is he going to get a new entourage now? Or is he just going to go solo like normal?
At the end of Wrestling Talk, I have to mention that. I'm glad you reminded me. I have it written down. Moving on to the Greatest Royal Rumble.
All right, so this right here, Andy, was a giant cluster of a show. Okay? There are so many things that went on to this that I wasn't sure if I was watching a Comedy Central show or if I was watching a pay-per-view wrestling show. True. I have no idea what's going on here.
Very true.
This show, it wasn't really a pay-per-view for the wrestlers.
No.
It was a pay-per-view for some rich prince in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it was the first time.
That's all it's for.
It's like the first time in Saudi Arabia.
This guy gave Vince a bunch of money. Vince's like, yep, I'll take it. Let's do it. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
There were, 10 matches in here?
Including the Rumble 10.
10 matches. 3 of them is the only one that actually made sense.
Okay,
we'll talk about that later on, but only 3 of them actually need to be on the show altogether. We're going to start off with Triple H and John Cena, the opening match. There's a reason why they haven't wrestled in 8 years. And during that match, we saw the reason why they haven't wrestled each other in 8 years. Triple H he can't do solo matches anymore.
No.
He just can't do it. And I swear, he did not help Cena at all, because Cena deadlifted him every single time. It was just a terrible match.
The part where Cena goes to do his patented leg drop off the top rope, and Hunter's supposed to catch him into a powerbomb, he missed catching him.
It was almost like a Dave Bautista thing.
And Cena did it right. He's just like, okay, I'll still fall backwards. And
ate the bump.
Yeah. I get why they wanted to have this as the first match, though. Triple H even mentioned in such a big atmosphere kind of like that, it's only right to have kind of a dream match.
2 big names, yeah.
To start off.
But Triple H, man, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but he just can't be sitting there lifting weights and not get any cardio in.
Yeah. And I have to say, in this entire pay-per-view, it was all you knew who was going to win in everything. It was predictable. So Cena wins the first match.
Yes. Next match, number 2, I kind of enjoyed. It was Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto.
Yes.
It was a really good match.
Yes, this match wasn't supposed to happen first. It was supposed to be Cedric versus Buddy Murphy.
Yes.
But
Buddy Murphy didn't make the weight.
Didn't make weight, yes. So on 205 Live, they had a gauntlet match that Kalisto won.
Which was a great choice because that was actually a really good match. Now, I would like to see Buddy Murphy wrestle, but unfortunately he didn't make weight.
Yeah, he's going to make weight.
Next one. I'm going to be honest. I actually just skipped this match altogether. I didn't even watch this one. It's Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus The Bar for the vacant belt.
Yep.
I already knew who was going to win this one. They weren't going to give it back to The Bar.
No.
Because right now, Hardy and Wyatt is like where it's at in that division.
Well, also, don't forget The Bar goes to SmackDown, so you can't really have the Raw titles.
Yeah.
That's why I mean, this was so predictable.
Exactly. Yep. Now, this one, the next match number 4, I had to pause it after. No. I'm just going to say one word, and you're going to be like, yes. You ready? Whisper in the Wind. After that move, I had to stop.
This match was like 4 minutes.
So this was Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal for the U.S. title. And I swear, I'm going to say it again. After I saw Jeff Hardy perform the Whisper in the Wind, I had to stop it. You remember this move?
No, because I didn't really watch the match because it was
literally you didn't. Literally,
Andy. I watched it, but I was working at the time too.
Okay.
But the problem is, it was 4 minutes.
No, that's not the
problem.
You
blink and you miss it.
That's not the problem. You know what the Whisper in the Wind is, right?
Yes, of course. I'm like, are you serious? Jeff's in my top 5.
Jeff pulls it off. He misses. Mahal takes the bump 3 seconds later.
Because Mahal's an idiot. Like I said, why are we pushing this?
Then, Michael Cole,
who also screwed up a lot that night.
We'll get to that. Michael Cole is trying to figure out why Jinder Mahal takes a bump 3 seconds after Jeff hits the ring. This right here is good for us, bad for Jinder. Because after botching that move, he is done being a main event Carter.
I hope
he is done. He is not going to be able to get cover from that. You don't make a mistake like that at the first time you're ever in a country with millions of people watching. You don't get over that.
Well, him going to Raw, too, and the Superstar Shake-Up's going to screw up his career more. Because on SmackDown, being the fact it's smaller brand than Raw, you can go ahead and showcase someone like that more. On Raw, there's so much more that you screw up.
Jinder is done. He's done.
I hope so.
He's done. He is not going to get away from that. If you go to Google and you type in Jind, it auto-populates as Jinder Mahal botches. He's done.
Yep.
All right.
I hope so.
Match 5. The Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos.
Oh.
What'd you think of this match?
It was horrible.
You didn't like it at all?
No.
It wasn't that good of a match.
Nothing.
I'm going to agree with you. It wasn't that good of a match. I wanted more, but I knew what I was going to come into watching the Greatest Royal Rumble. It wasn't supposed to be a storyline pushing show at all. It's just a bunch of rich guys wanting this match to happen.
The one I like to talk about is next.
We're going to talk about that. The Usos loses the match, of course. Number 6, IC ladder match. This was a pretty decent match.
Where? Where was this a pretty decent match?
I
love ladder matches are my favorite match. Hence why Money in the Bank's the greatest pay-per-view ever.
Here's why it was a decent match, okay? Because it was better than the Jinder Mahal match.
Would you like to compare this to the last ladder match we had, which was on NXT TakeOver, which was amazing? A bunch of guys that have never had a ladder match on a big stage, and then you have 4 of the biggest wrestler names to date right now in a ladder match that lasted 9 minutes.
It lasted 9 minutes.
9 minutes. Nothing happened.
I just don't want. I don't know.
WWE needs a foot up the you-know-where.
You get so heated.
Nothing happened. It's a ladder match. It
is a ladder match.
What out of this match? What is the most in a ladder match? There's supposed to be that memorable moment. Hence, at WrestleMania when Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler are at the top and headbutting each other. That's what I remember. Yeah. What is the one thing you remember from this match?
Oh, I don't remember anything from this match, honestly.
The only thing I remember is Seth Rollins at the end springboarding from the top rope onto ladder and running up like a freaking spider monkey and just grabbing the belt.
He ran up and grabbed the belt, but then you had Finn Balor who didn't know what to do.
Finn cried on the top of the ladder like a little baby.
Finn could have, batted him away from the belt, but
he did nothing.
Just watched him go up.
Nothing happened in this match.
You just watched him go up, Andy. That is part I don't understand.
Quickest ladder match I have ever seen in my life.
It was a quick match.
9 minutes.
It was a quick match.
Horrible.
Match number 7 was a lot better than the WrestleMania match. AJ versus Shinsuke.
On what scale?
On a scale, this was a little better than the WrestleMania match.
It ends in the dumbest way.
Of course it does. But this is, remember I said the 3 matches are important?
Yep.
This was one of them.
Okay, I'd
love
to hear
your reason.
The reason why
this is one of them is because we need to keep pushing Shinsuke as that heel. And that's all this match demonstrated. Was Shinsuke being more and more of a heel. Taking those low blows. Keep going with it,
Yep.
So that's the only reason why this match was kind of important. It's just to show him just being that heel. That's all.
Well, ended in a double count out.
It did end a double count out.
Let's get to another crappy match.
Oh, yes. Number 8, the casket match.
Oh, how predictable.
So this is one of those matches that doesn't need to be on the card. It never should have been on the card. It makes no sense. There's no storyline building to this. It's just, we want to see this match. We get this match.
I give props to Rusev. He did a great job. Taker was crap.
The only thing out of this match I got was that in English, he actually got hurt hitting that tombstone.
Well, he's a stick. What do you expect? You look at him the wrong way and he's going to break a bone.
I expect Taker, who's done the tombstone for 30 plus years, not to injure the person he's doing it to.
Not when Taker sucks.
So, well, in English, got hurt. He seriously got hurt. So I hope that he doesn't get too bad with this.
But how predictable. The second the match started, I go, Taker's going to win.
Yep.
And it's going to be Rusev and Aiden inside the casket.
I said the same thing.
Let's get to the bread and butter here. The main event. Well, the main event was the Rumble itself. but the main event in regular matches.
Before we start this match,
I cannot wait for this one.
Before we start this match, I want to point out again that Michael Cole himself has stated several times, first match we started, to win this, both feet must touch the floor.
Yes.
I want to state that right now, that Michael Cole said both feet must touch the floor.
Let's just state, too, since we're talking Michael Cole real quick, where we were talking about Sergeant Slaughter in the beginning. Michael Cole, just remember, Sergeant Slaughter is still alive. He's still kicking. He's backstage helping the wrestlers. Exactly. I don't think he's dead back there, but Twitter blew up when that happened. Like, it was how you can make a mistake that big. Michael Cole, how long has he been a broadcaster?
A long time, and he just
I understand little goof ups where you mispronounce someone's name or their move, but stating that someone is dead who works behind the stage with you. Seriously.
Okay.
Get into the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match.
Match 9, the cage match. Brock versus Roman Reigns.
Romans look like a scared puppy in this match.
It started off really rough. I was like, oh, this is going to be a quick...
The first thing that happens, Brock, 4 German suplexes.
Suplex, done. Oh. And Michael Cole turned this into a counting match. And he messed that up, too.
Yeah. And then,
so Brock got, 4 Germans and 3 F5s, something like that?
Something like that. And then Roman does, 3 straight Superman punches.
But Michael didn't count the Superman punches, just the spears. 4 spears, no Superman punches.
Okay,
if you're gonna count, let's count the moves.
Let's get to the most important spear.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar.
The spear that ended this match, Andy, and it should have ended it for Roman Reigns.
Oh, let me tell you. So I'm at work, and I'm trying not to scream and holler at this.
Right.
And you have Brock in between the ropes and the steel cage wall. Mm-hmm. Roman spears him, and the wall of the cage falls. The second this wall falls, that's what I'm looking at is the feet.
That's exactly what I did too.
And Brock's just lying there, feet up in the air.
Feet up in the air.
And Roman rolls off the cage.
Feet touch the floor.
And the ref holds up. Like, even the announcers are saying that Brock won before the ref even comes. Yeah. Ref raises Brock's hand. I almost decide to stop watching WWE.
I was so angry at this decision. I'm hoping this gets addressed with tonight's Monday Night Raw.
It better, but it probably won't.
It better be addressed tonight. Because I'm telling you right now, that call was BS. Yep. You should not have done that call.
And your favorite announcer, Corey Graves, is saying, oh no, Brock's back landed on the floor first.
It doesn't matter.
Technically, he's not on the floor. He's still on the cage.
Here's the thing.
How many cage matches have we watched in our lifetime?
I know.
How many times do people crawl out of the stupid door and they're dangling there and their feet are on the bottom rope?
Here's the thing. If feet need to touch the floor to win or lose in a Rumble match, Kofi should have been knocked out when he landed on a pile of pancakes. Okay? It's no difference. Brock's feet was up in the air on a cage, and Roman's was on the mat first.
Just hypothetically, even though it would have never happened, if... Let's just say I'm there in the front row watching this. My mouth would be running at those refs so much.
Man, I'm telling you.
And the second then, at the end of the night, when Vince is at the end of the Royal Rumble, I'd be ripping him a new one too. Roman even deliberately rolls off the cage because he knows what's supposed to happen. Corey Graves, the flipping moron, Brock Lesnar won. Brock Lesnar won. Michael Cole's then, the state of the rules are Well, Michael, you finally got something right in the middle of the night. There's so much to complain about this match.
Yeah.
So much. And why, if you're going to still go ahead in the story, I guarantee the storyline was supposed to be Brock was supposed to roll off first. I guarantee that. They're probably supposed to both roll off around the same time, but Brock, being the flaming idiot he is, who can't do anything, so why are we giving him a new contract? Obviously, WWE doesn't care about the Universal title because this flaming idiot is still the champion.
Should we care about the title at this point?
I don't anymore. I'm starting to get really irritated with WWE.
Right now, I'm more on AJ. I mean, right now, the SmackDown title. That's way more important now because it's more relevant. Anyways, this whole show, Andy, was just one bad case after another. I mentioned 3 matches that were actually important in this.
Yep.
The third match being the Hardy and bar match because it was a vacant title. So we had to pass the title along. That was important. Match 7, AJ Shinsuke won. I explained that one. And of course, the cage match.
No.
Those matches had to have been there because of storyline purposes. The rest of them you could scrap it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Rumble match, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't, but the whole problem is it's for nothing. Ooh, you get a trophy.
It's for nothing. That's why it wasn't bad. I mean, yes, I'm not going to complain. I love Rumble matches. You know that.
Yeah.
So I enjoy this anyways. But it means nothing. And we could have told you Strowman is going to win this match. We could have told you from the very beginning.
This is the thing, though. With Daniel Bryan coming in at number 1, I have to give him props because towards the end, I'm thinking, okay, this is the way it's going to go. Daniel's going to go in number 1 and win the whole thing. Did you see his chest in this match?
That's all you saw in this match.
Dude, it looked like he got
a meat grinder.
It looked like he got into a fight with a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's terrible.
My problems with this match were it's a 50-man battle Royal Rumble.
Uh-huh.
You would think the match would have lasted a lot longer than it did. It only lasted an hour and 17 minutes and 20 seconds.
So when they said every 90 seconds a superstar was coming out, it was less.
And then when some big guys would come in, they'd literally knock out like 5 guys at once. What I hated with this was the bringing in of some people that you just don't know. They brought in a famous sumo wrestler from Japan to be an entrant. Why waste a spot on a guy who's never been in a wrestling ring to get eliminated by Mark Henry in 2 seconds? Give that to a regular wrestler.
Yeah, give it to another spot. Yep.
That irritated me. And then just some of the other things in it.
What wrestler in the Rumble match surprised you the most?
It was the guy from NXT who was from the
Heavy Machinery?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, what the heck is his name? I can't remember his name.
And
it wasn't Dozer, the other guy.
Yeah, and then there was another one from NXT that stood tall against Braun Strowman. He was bigger than Braun.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give props to Hornswoggle when he returned. The roof blew off the place,
of course it did.
even though there wasn't a roof. And when Randy Orton came out, everyone went.
That was the loudest pop of the night.
Yep.
Randy Orton, loudest pop.
Rey Mysterio, too.
Congrats. Randy was bigger than Rey Mysterio's pop.
Still, I loved Rey Mysterio coming out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, I really am hoping he returns. Bobby Lashley, I'm waiting for the Bobby Lashley-Braun Strowman match.
That's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
To end, one thing I got to rip on. So out of the 9 regular matches, not the Royal Rumble, only 4 of them lasted double-digit time. That's ridiculous. 5 of the matches were under 10 minutes.
Crazy, right?
The only matches that lasted 10 and more were the first and the second match, which were Cena and Triple H, Cruiserweight Championship match, and then 6 and 7, which I believe are, I forget what 6 and 7 were. But still, it's ridiculous.
6 was IC ladder match, and 7 was the AJ Shinsuke.
Okay, I guess the IC ladder match was a little longer than it was, but it still sucked.
I know you don't want to hear this. Maybe my final props to a wrestler in the Rumble match. I felt that he did better than I thought he would do. I'm talking about Elias.
Yes.
I thought he did better than I thought he would do.
Yep.
He did a great job in that match.
And Chris Jericho.
Oh, it looked great. Long hair.
Who was it again? Michael Cole messed up saying he's got his vest back again. No, it's still a scarf, Michael.
It's still a scarf.
To finish wrestling, the whole mess ups, what I'm getting irritated with WWE real quick. The Miz Taraj. A couple weeks ago when Miz goes to SmackDown, the Miz Taraj backstabs Miz in the tag team match. The following week now, they're, oh my God, we miss Miz. Coming out to Miz's music, everything like that. Why do you think we're stupid as fans?
I know.
Why make a storyline they're going to backstab him, then the next week come out to his music and miss him?
Oh, yeah.
Crap. The Sergeant Slaughter thing for Michael Cole. And, of course, we talked about the Brock Lesnar-Roman Reigns cage match.
Yes.
WWE is doing nothing but messing everything up.
I think it was just that one event.
No, they literally are thinking the fans are complete idiots.
Yeah, right.
So, which some of them are.
All right, let's move on. We still have a lot to go over. Let's jump into Box Office Heroes, huh?
Yes. Number 3, I'm going with The Rock's new movie, Rampage.
Okay.
Number 2, Super Troopers 2.
All right.
And obviously, number 1 is Avengers Infinity War, which was 2018's Nerdy Award winning most anticipated movie of the year.
Okay. Number 1 was a big obvious. So I'm not going to ask you for the name of that movie. I'm going to instead ask you for the amount they pulled in.
Well, from what I heard on the radio, I don't know if it's true, but I'm going with $250 million. So $250 million in 4 days.
Insane, right? All right, number 3. Ready?
Yes.
I Feel Pretty.
Are you kidding me?
$8 million.
Oh my God.
$8 million.
How does that beat Rampage?
Rampage number 4.
I don't care. How does I
Guess
feel
what number 5
pretty?
was?
What?
Black Panther.
Are you serious still?
Yeah, I'm serious. I thought you'd like that one a little better.
Oh my God.
Right. Number 2. A Quiet Place.
Okay, I can see it.
At $10 million.
It could be the reason. I read that Super Troopers 2 did better, but it could just be because maybe they're just talking about in this area.
Yeah.
So.
But then Avengers.
Shocker.
Avengers. And you're right. So 250 was not before closing Sunday. It was 258 million.
Okay, let's go ahead and say real quick. What is going to be the final number?
Final number? If this is the first weekend, they're probably going to crush $1 billion.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm going $1.75 billion.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, Avengers beat out Justice League in one weekend than Justice League did the entire run in the theaters.
I'm just going by in the past some movies that have made over $1 billion. The last Fast and Furious with Paul Walker. The Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. The other Marvel Avengers movies.
the other Marvel movies. Which one? All of them.
Exactly. Oh, Disney is raking in the money.
All right. Let's do some TV talk, huh?
Yes, I got some TV talk.
All right, what do you got for TV talk?
Disney, yeah, we talk about, praise a lot of their stuff, but their TV series station, Disney XD, they have the rights to Pokemon.
Oh,
and I complain about this all the time. The new animation, like DuckTales, they've ruined for me. Pokemon, I've watched since I was a little kid. They've ruined with the animation now. Now it's even gotten worse with the announcers on it. Don't call it Pokemon, how it's spelt. They call it Pokeamon. Last time I checked, an E makes a E sound, and A makes a
it's like
sound.
So it's like a marathon of Pokeamon.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So I'm like, yeah, let's just botch the name because we botched the show. Good job, you guys.
They did.
I'm so glad. So glad you're doing a great job. Other things, I have finally finished watching Smallville.
Nice.
Love the way it ended with Clark in his Superman suit.
It was a beautiful ending.
What I didn't like is the whole Darkseid story. I really wanted to see Darkseid himself come down to Earth. Instead, you just have like a mist of his face, and then Clark throws the apocalypse world out of the galaxy kind of thing. But I really want to see Tom Welling come back somehow in his Superman suit. I know you say, oh, we probably will get it, but I highly doubt we will.
I just been hearing that it's going to be part of the Flareverse in another Earth.
I don't think
that's what I heard. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
But now that you have finished all of Smallville,
yes,
how do you really feel about them taking Lex Luthor off the show so early?
The thing is with Lex is...
That was the only part of the show that made me angry.
We had so much of it. It was, I think, 7 seasons of him being the villain in it.
Yeah.
Him and Lionel.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind how they went with one season was about Doomsday. The final season's about Darkseid, which it had to be. Darkseid is Superman's... Lex is the all-time Superman villain, but to me, Darkseid.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the way it went, and then how Lex kind of comes back as the clone and all that. What I really loved was a Lex clone being Connor Kent.
Right.
That I loved with the whole Superboy thing. I'm glad. I wanted to see more of that, but they kind of, once they revealed him as Connor Kent, he kind of went off, lived with Martha a little, and so I wish we could have seen more of that. But I didn't mind it. I mean, you can't keep having the same storyline through the whole 10 seasons.
No, you can't. But I mean, out of all the Lex Luthor that we've seen on the small screen, on the big screen, his was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
His was my favorite. So seeing him gone like that, I kind of wish
It's the same reason why Tom Welling is one of the all-time favorite Supermans,
Yeah.
even though he's not really Superman yet.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, Dean Cain is really up there with
Cain
Tom
is
Welling.
up there, yeah.
I always had Dean Cain as the number one, but now finishing Smallville, Tom Welling and Dean Cain really
kind of hangs up there, right?
share that number one spot.
Of course.
So Smallville out of 10, I give the entire series a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
So it was very good.
There are some the show did last a little. 10 seems a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at Supernatural at what, 12 or 13?
Yeah, there's only so much that you can do.
Yeah.
Some of the storylines that did drag way too long.
Mm-hmm.
By the episode that Lana finally left the show for good, I celebrated.
Oh, where she gets kryptonite in her blood?
When they found out that she moved to Shanghai and never looked me up ever again.
Okay.
After she left, I was like, yay. Now the show can go to something good.
Yeah, which
because
we got
Lana
Lois.
was kind of dragging the show down.
And then we got Lois.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lois was still in it when Lana left.
Yeah, but it kind of.
But now we got more Lois.
Yeah.
Where it should be at. Yeah. You know, I wasn't a Lana fan. She always dragged the show down.
The one thing I didn't like was at the end of the series. So you have Jimmy Olsen dying, for instance, in season 8, I believe.
Yeah.
How it ends then when they're in the future, you have Jimmy Olsen, his brother, because he got the camera at his death.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it's the same actor playing the new Olsen brother. I'm like, so what were they? Twins but years apart from each other? It's like, really?
I don't know.
So, okay. Next, I am halfway through The Big Bang Theory. I know you don't care for it.
I tried watching it.
I like it.
People be like, oh, you like nerd stuff. You love The Big Bang Theory. I can't get into it.
Yeah.
Like, the character Sheldon, that guy just irritates the crap out of me.
That's the whole point of the show. You're supposed to.
He just irritates me. Not in like a funny haha way, but like I want to punch you in the face way.
Yeah.
He just irritates me.
I like it. I like the humor in it.
Right.
So, the other show I started watching was Game of Thrones. I'm not far into it. I'm only 3 episodes in.
I got 3 in and I couldn't do any more.
That's what everyone's telling me is the first however many episodes, it's going to take a while to get into it. So I'm still giving them a go. Because that was the same way with Stranger Things. It took me a while to get into it. And then I'm glad I stayed with it.
If a show can't pick me up within 2.5, 3 episodes, it's not a good show.
The one thing I liked about it is I didn't realize how many big name actors there were in it that I recognized.
Yeah.
Sean Bean, Jason Momoa, Aquaman. So I mean, yeah. So
a lot of big stars in it.
We'll give it a try. The last thing is the Deadpool 2 trailer. They've come out with multiple trailers for this, which I cannot wait in a couple weeks to go see Deadpool 2. I had to bring this up because it was the funniest thing how Marvel rips on DC in their movies so much. And Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, he can say whatever he wants in this.
He doesn't care.
He's fighting Cable in a scene, and Cable's got his head shoved down onto the ground or something, and he goes, Deadpool says, "Oh my God, you're so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC franchise?" Because the DC franchise, DCEU is so dark compared to Marvel. And that is so hilarious how they rip on DC like that. Basically saying, look, you're never going to surpass us.
No.
Doesn't matter what you put out. You just can't do
done.
it. And I mean, with DC, the way they want to start, where they might be changing people, actors and actresses playing characters, there's only in Marvel been one person that's been recast, and that's the Hulk.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yep. There was a show I got into on Netflix, original, called Lost in Space. It is fantastic, Andy. This show did everything I wanted to do. I was a little afraid that they were going to have Will Robinson's robot just be like ridiculous look, just insane look. Looks really good in the show. I enjoyed the show. My only spin-off, I was like, you know what? They're supposed to be lost in space. Get to the final episode. Thinking this the entire time. They're supposed to be lost in space. And that final scene happens like, oh, that's good. That is a winning show right here.
Speaking of Netflix, you must have finished watching Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Season 2, how was it?
Oh, fantastic.
I haven't watched it yet. So
it was really good.
Better than the first season.
I wouldn't say better than the first season, but it was still really good.
All right. Cool. I know we want to talk about the main event, so
we have around 8 minutes left.
Flareverse.
Want to do the Flareverse?
You're so far
That's
behind.
That's a lot.
All I have to say is there were 2 season finales, Legends of Tomorrow, which was amazing.
How many times is Damien gonna die?
But Amaya's now out of it. We don't have Vixen anymore.
Right.
So, Black Lightning ended. I'm actually very excited for season 2 of Black Lightning.
Okay.
Where it's heading. Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, we won't even talk about because you're far behind in everything.
Well, I mean, I'm caught up in Arrow, I'm caught up in Flash, but I mean, we're so close.
Let me just say, was it a tearjerker for you? Because it was for me when Ralph Digby died.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
Yes.
I was kind of starting to like him too.
I kind of think though they're all still alive.
They could be.
Because when he was talking to that Meta who can go through portals and stuff like that, like DeVoe can, that guy said when he was jumping through portals, he saw all those metahumans.
Yeah.
So I think they're lost somewhere, and Flash is going to save them somehow.
How cool would that be, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you can't kill off Ralph.
No.
So, main event time.
Main event. We have time for one.
Okay.
So I think we should do Jumanji since you were wicked excited about this movie.
Yes.
So go ahead. Show what do you
got? Jumanji 2, the sequel. I won't do play-by-plays.
No.
What was great out of this movie was the adult humor. And do you understand what I meant? You could not have the kids watch it? Like the peeing situation, Jack Black's character. Like I said, this movie was supposed to be ranked as one of the worst movies of the year. And there's a reason why it was number 1 for 5-6 weeks, like Black Panther, unfortunately, is doing right now. It was that good. I don't know why you don't think it was that good. That's why, I mean, don't let me talk about this. I want to hear your reaction.
Overall, after watching the movie, I was pleasantly surprised. I did like it. It was funny. It moved from point A to point B smoothly on what we're doing. What I didn't like about it was there was absolutely no explanation on how Jumanji goes from board game to video game. And an outside shot An outside shot of it going green is not an explanation. It is a lazy director way of saying, oh, it's now a video game. No, there's absolutely no explanation. See, don't be lazy. If you're going to make a sequel to Jumanji, change it from game to video game. Have some sort of explanation.
I kind of get how it did it.
Not shot in green.
Jumanji has a mind of its own, the game itself. And when this guy doesn't want to play a board game, he even mentions who plays board games anymore, and he starts playing a video game, and the board game, which has a mind of its own, is sitting next to the video game. It kind of thinks, how am I going to get you to play me? And transforms into a video game.
Don't you think we should have had a shot of the Jumanji first being created by the witch doctor?
I'll get there.
Explaining something.
I'll get there.
And it just didn't. Overall, I liked the movie, Andy. It's just that one spot of the movie I was very...
Do you agree with what I've said since day one, since I watched this movie, that they pushed Dwayne to be the star of the movie, yet Jack Black was the star of this movie?
Oh, Jack Black was brilliant.
The way Jack Black portrays a teenage girl was hilarious. And...
well, Jack Black is great. Anyway.
Like I mentioned, the adult humor with the peeing situation, how he's like, how do I do this? Da-da-da-da. Oh my God, look at it go. I mean, it was great. It was hilarious. And I will give props to The Rock. Him and Kevin Hart have made movies together.
Oh, yeah.
And they are a great duo.
Oh, yeah. They work well together.
Yes.
The first kill scene is great, though, Jack Black.
Yes.
With Hippo.
Yes. Throughout the movie, I just love the whole... this is what it's like in Jumanji. There were nice touches to the past where when they meet Nick Jonas's character and they see Robin Williams' character when he got sucked into the board game, his little
Alan,
hut.
Yeah.
Alan was here kind of thing.
Yep.
Nice, subtle touch.
And how well Nick Jonas do in this movie, huh?
Oh, he does very well in movies.
He's real good.
Where you're getting at with the whole wanting to know how the board game was created and stuff like that. From what I've read, we are getting a Jumanji 3. It comes out December of 2019. So, same screenwriters are coming back to write it.
Okay.
Same directors, same everybody. The entire cast is coming back. from what I've been reading about where they want to go with the third one, maybe, is the sequel may explore the history of how the game became. So there's where you're talking about how you want to understand more about how Jumanji... I shouldn't
have to wait until the third movie to get these questions answered from the first movie.
Understandably, but...
I mean, it's just one of these things that, I mean, Jumanji was supposed to be a one-and-go kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
Happened, we're done. Let's do other story. Let's do something else. They bring Jumanji back for a sequel. Okay. I don't mind sequels if they're done right. But we need some information. You need to feed us some information.
Maybe we'll see some. Hopefully the trailer, when it comes out next year, isn't as stupid as it was
for
this. I know we're running out of time.
We are running out of time.
But if we still have a couple minutes left, let's just real quickly, Kingsman 2. I have to get off my chest.
Go ahead. Knock it off.
King cannot judge which was better, Kingsman 1 or 2. What I love with Kingsman 2 is the return of a bunch of characters from the first one.
Yep.
I love the introduction of the Statesmen, which are the Kingsmen of America, with all the big names and their different code names was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad Channing Tatum was a huge character in this.
I'll tell you one thing right now about Channing Tatum. I'm glad you brought him up. You know, he does a lot of crap hard.
Mm-hmm.
He does do some few good movies. I was glad and pleasantly surprised to see him in this movie doing so well.
Julianne Moore, great in this movie.
He's amazing anyways.
Elton John playing himself. Hilarious. I'm not an Elton John fan, but he did an amazing job in this movie. I love the fact that they're going with a third one. And to me, the tearjerker was when Merlin sacrifices himself to kill everybody, to kill all the bad guys. They're going to go with the third one. The Rock may play the villain, and then they're going with a spin-off. Instead of Kingsman, we're going to learn more about the Statesmen.
Oh, okay.
So cannot wait for that. So
that's it for us, Andy.
We're running out of that much time.
Oh. We are on the line.
God, we could have talked about so much more.
We keep going.
Okay. So thank you for joining us here at the brand new Northwest Access Television studio. It was our first show here in the studio. We can't wait for many more.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, watch this episode and every other episode on our YouTube and Facebook pages at Legend of the Nerds. Follow us on Twitter at KrillinMan. Watch us here every week on Channel 15. Next week, I cannot wait for the next episode of Legend of the Nerds. We are going to watch Avengers Infinity Wars, so we will be talking about that. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, we ain't waiting. We're also going to make our lists and rank every Marvel movie from best to worst, and we'll give those lists out on that next episode. You'll be missing one because you haven't seen Black Panther, but hence, it wasn't that great, even though people think it did.
We'll get there.
As always, remember, watch this episode again, and thanks for watching.